A little birdie told me that you're afraid of being social with strangers because you're worried they're going to judge you, you're going to stumble over your words, and you're going to look stupid. Trust me, I get it. There was a point when I was in high school that whenever I entered into a room, I thought everybody there was judging me. I thought everybody there was making fun of me and talking about me amongst their friends. And I was so in my head. I felt like I couldn't go anywhere without me feeling so insecure because why would anyone want to talk to me? Was what I thought. And because I felt that way, there was no way I was going to chat up a total stranger in a public setting. If that sounds like you, that changes today because I'm going to give you some small talk tips to help you and have conversations with strangers when you're out doing your everyday thing so that you feel more comfortable and practice engaging in conversation and eventually get to a point where you feel proud and even impressed with yourself. If you're new around here, welcome to Soulspiration by Sadiqa. I'm Sadiqa, and as an event MC, I have learned that putting yourself out there and speaking to and in front of people is not as scary as it seems. I share tried and true communication and social skills for women in their mid 20s to 30s to help them build self confidence in networking, dating, and making friends. I'm so curious. Drop a comment below and let me know where you're tuning in from. And also, maybe even what do you think is the hardest part about socializing for you? Without further ado, let's get into this video. Tip number one for small talk and getting yourself to talk to strangers is finding something to connect over. It can be a product, it can be the environment. The next time you're being rung up at the cash register, I want you to try this. The cashier normally asks you, "Hi, did you find everything okay?" And you usually say, "Oh, yeah, thank you." But this time, you're going to find an opportunity to keep that going. For example, "Yes, I did. I'm so glad you guys have this foundation back in stock. It's my favorite." And that's going to get the cashier to look at their foundation. Let's just say it's a girl to girl, okay? That's going to get the cashier to look at the foundation and be like, "Oh my God, I've never seen this before. Oh, is this I've never tried this." You can be like, "Yes, it's so good. I wear it because X, Y, and Z." And that's easy because obviously you buy that thing all the time or whatever it is that you're purchasing. So you have the opportunity to explain why you like that thing, why you like that product that they're ringing up physically. So what you're doing here is you're finding an opportunity to bond over something in common. It's your product that you're buying, and this person is ringing this product up. It's a very simple way to connect over a brief shared item. So that's option one as you're being rung up by the cashier. Your second option as you're being rung up by the cashier, right? So you get to the register, got your products on the conveyor belt. They say, "Did you find everything okay?" And you'll say, "Yes, thank you." So now you're going to point out something about another shared thing, aspect, which is going to be the atmosphere. You can say something like, "Wow, it's really busy today." And they'll say something like, "Yes, oh my God, we had like a rush at 9 a.m. and it hasn't stopped since." Or you can say something like, "Wow, I come here all the time and it's usually way more packed than this." And they'll say something like, "You're right, it's usually packed, but X, Y, and Z." So you're finding an opportunity to connect over a shared atmosphere. And because the person who's behind the register, chances are they've been there for 5 hours before they rung you up, or because they're there on a daily basis, they can speak to what you're noticing. But connection is going to be key in order to have some type of conversation or engage. Okay, easy enough. Let's move on to tip number two. Okay, so tip number two, to ask someone what they're working on. I'll give you an example. I'm a sucker for coffee shops. I go to coffee shops all over the place. What I've learned to do is find one coffee shop that I go to at least once a week. And the reason I do this is so that I become a familiar face. And on top of that, I start seeing familiar faces. So now that there is a familiar face that I can recognize, let's say it's busy that day, you see said familiar face, they're sitting at a table big enough for them and yourself, maybe one other person, you can ask that familiar face, "Hi, do you mind if I join you?" Of course, you look around, there's nowhere else to sit. They can't say no. Yes. Now for this one, I want you to gauge it a little bit better. If you see them like nose pounding on the keyboard and they're just pounding away, don't ask that question right then and there. Wait for where they have moments of pauses. Wait for when they look up and Admire the atmosphere, but don't just go in right away with, "What are you working on?" as they're like nose to the keyboard or aggressively writing something. Once you see that they've taken a pause or a break, then you can ask them, "Hi, I saw you really busy over there earlier. What are you working on, if you don't mind me asking?" And they'll say, "Oh, well, actually, I'm writing an essay for this class that I'm taking." "Really? What kind of class is it?" Etc., etc. Here's what you'll find. When you ask people what they're working on, they're usually really excited to share that with you because it's something they're spending a lot of time on. Now, don't dig too deep. Just let them give you a broad overview of what it is that they're working on and really listen. Listen intently. See if there's something that you can connect over. Let's say I'm taking this anatomy class and I'm writing this essay and doing this so that I can make a presentation about it. And if you're a student too, you can say, "Oh my gosh, I'm also a student in blah 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 blah. How's the paper going?" And they'll say, "Oh my god, I still have like a couple of pages left." Whatever. Play with it, but listen to what they say. And the reason why I want you to ask someone what they're working on is because it's not very often that a stranger asks them that question. So they actually get kind of excited to share, especially if it's something they're passionate about. In my experience, I go to a coffee shop just around the corner from me, and I've asked plenty of people this. And by doing so, I have met two different women over the course of time that we've had like multiple play dates. We went to the beach, we went out dancing, we went to get lunch multiple times, all because I asked, "What is it that you're working on?" Now, unfortunately, those two women moved away and back to their respective cities, one even moved out of the country. But I have had some really fun outings with two women who we had things in common and we became like buddies. It's a great question to ask. I want you to consider asking that question the next time you're at a coffee shop. Tip numero tres. Okay, tip number 3. This one might be a little audacious. So it depends on where you are on the social media. Are you more reserved and you're getting out there for the first time? Maybe you want to save this for later. If you are a little bit more experienced, but you just have never done it before, then consider this. The next time you're in a dressing room, I want you to ask a stranger. You know, when you're in the dressing room, you put the outfit on, and then you can come out and look at the big mirror that's probably like down the hall or somewhere outside your door. I want you to come outside the dressing room with your outfit that you're trying on, and I want you to ask a stranger, "Excuse me, can I get your opinion on something? So I really like these jeans, but I'm afraid that they are gonna make me look wide." Or or "I really like this dress, but I'm just not sure it's my color. What do you think?" And they're gonna be like, "Oh, let's see, I think it's nice," or "That works, but I feel like you could actually use a blah 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 blah." Here's what's awesome about asking people about fashion advice. Number one, they're honored that you're asking because it's like, "Oh, they want my opinion." And now they have to like turn on their best, you know, Project Runway thoughts so that they can really give you a good answer. So they're really wanting to engage and help you. I want you to keep in mind, you're not doing this because you're seeking their approval. You're doing this because you want to engage in conversation. This is small talk. On top of that, it helps you get more comfortable just with that interaction with a stranger. But the beauty of it is that even though that you don't know this person, you're both in the dressing room and you're both trying on clothes. There's connection. And even in the last example, you're both at a coffee shop. So really the reason why you're able to talk to people and have small talk, and this is how you get to really know people, is that you're there for the same reason, to get something completed or to buy something that looks good, purchase an item. Whatever the case is, there's always a moment to find connection. And I want that to be your takeaway. The last time I was in a dressing room, I stepped out of the dressing room and I asked a woman and I said, "Hi, like," and mind you, I usually text my mom or someone else to get an opinion. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm just so curious. Do you mind telling me, like, do you like this dress? Like, I'm just trying to see if I should get it or not." And she was like, "I think it's really nice. I think you should get it because it has this X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. And it fits. I like how it's going down to your ankle." Mind you, they might be nice and they don't want to be rude because they're total strangers. I also, if you really want their opinion, just say, "Please be brutally honest," or just be completely honest with me, and they will tell you. "You know, I feel like you could probably do better in a blue," or "I feel like maybe like a brown would be your color." That one's a little bit more like you like talking to people. So if you're watching this and you're like, I don't even want to see people seeing me in my outfits I'm trying on, then just save this one for later, okay? Baby steps, baby steps. Try this once with one article of clothing. It can be a top, it can be a pair of jeans, and watch how quickly people want to help you. All right, so those are the 3 ways that you can exercise some small talk with total strangers without it being terrifying when you know exactly what to try with these 3 steps. The best part about this is that it's while you're doing things that you need to do or that you were going to do already. Another thing that I like about just being kind and having small talk with people is that you never know who you're going to meet. And I mean that across the board. You never know when you're going to meet your next person that's going to be the person you go to concerts with all the time. You never know the person that's going to be the person you always go to the beach with, or even something as simple as it uplifted your day. And as you're out running errands by yourself, doing things alone as I normally do, I don't feel necessarily alone. I'm by myself, but I'm not alone. I know that if I wanted to, I can engage in small talk with a total stranger if I wanted to, and so can you. So that said, I challenge you to try one, if not all 3 of these the next time you're out running errands. I want you to talk to someone that you don't know and just engage in these 3 tips that I gave you. The last tidbit I'll leave you with is that the goal here is to be genuinely curious, whether it's what are you working on, or whether it is, can I get your opinion on what you think of this outfit, or if it's, how is your day going? Stopping, being intentional, and looking for someone's answer goes such a long way. Listen, building and creating social skills, it takes some time. That's why they're called skills, social skills. But with the eensy bit of courage, a couple of tips and tricks that you can try every day if you wanted to, you will get there. And it's going to be so easy eventually. I'm excited for you. All right, y'all, that's it for today. For more communication and social tips like this, make sure you thumb up this video so that I know that you are enjoying this content. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Soul Tribe where we step out of the matrix and honey into our divinity. Meaning we're not looking on the outside anymore. We're going within, we're challenging our limited beliefs, and we are ascending to versions of ourselves that we didn't even know were possible. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.